Bodacious true crime.
That's a good one, John.
The Peter plane.
Okay, so
It's not the Peter plane.
It's not the Peter plane.
It's not the
It's
Peter
not the
plane.
Peter- It's not a Peter plane.
It's
We
a
established
plane.
this.
No.
Plane.
No. Every other vehicle named after a person has their face as it. In the shape of it.
Batmobile.
In Family Guy, you fucktard.
Name two.
The Joe Copter and the Meg Copter.
No.
And the Cleveland Copter. It's the same shit.
Listen. Name one other mode of transportation.
The
that has somebody's
Batmobile
face on
has the bat signal on it.
That's on his face.
It has. It
It's
doesn't
a
matter.
different thing. We're
It-
talking about Family Guy.
It's an identifiable
He
thing.
said every mode of transportation.
We're talking about
In
Family
Family
You
Guy.
never said in Family Guy. You said every mode.
We were talking about Family Guy.
No, you weren't. Listen. we
In
were
the
talking-
context of Family Guy.
Just okay. Just
Why? How would that include the Batmobile?
Okay, I want yes or no answers. Is that Peter?
Yes, that is Peter.
Is that a plane?
Yes.
It's
I
not
rest my
Peter's
case.
plane.
I rest my.
It's not Peter's
yes, no,
plane.
yes or no.
It's not
Yes or no?
It-
No, it's not Peter's
Hold on.
plane.
Okay.
2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the latest episode of Bodacious True Crime.
We're back.
We're back, guys.
It has been 5 months, I think. And it's funny because that episode was recorded in November.
Hey,
So
5 months for you
or
guys. It's been
October.
a while for me.
Yeah, Gus has not been on since episode, I want to say 17, because 18 was the McDonald's Massacre. 19 was we just read creepypastas, me, Hamza, and Kareem.
Yep.
This is 20, and a lot has changed since, a lot has happened since the last time we uploaded one of these.
You'd be surprised.
No, what have you been up to?
Been doing school.
Yeah.
Kind of just keeping up with life.
That's
stuff,
good.
Making some YouTube videos.
That's good. Those shots from that building thing was very nice.
Thanks, man.
Gus, what have you been up to?
Got an internship, wasting
Yeah.
all of my money on useless things.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
we'll skip me for now. John, what did you do?
I'm doing a certificate course. That's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, looking for a job. I'm
that's
broke.
good. That's good. Nothing has happened with me. At all.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. No.
Yeah.
No. I did not get cancer, and I did not. What else did I do?
Get engaged.
Oh yeah, that too.
What?
Oh, I gotta cut.
Hey, you can't tell that.
I gotta cut that out.
No, I'm texting her right now.
No,
I'm telling her what
no!
What
So
else
yeah,
happened?
big life changes. So I have not been very motivated to work on this.
Because of the engagement.
Yeah,
A little bit of distracted.
It's already getting.
but I'm almost done with my chemo stuff. Next month, the 25th,
Mhm.
we're gonna have a party.
Yes. Oh my
So-
God.
Chemo
Better.
party?
Yes, chemo party.
We got your bald caps.
Yes, I shaved my head. So and
Oh, come on, let's see it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it made him a stronger Bills fan.
It did
What
make
did you
me
know?
a bigger Bills fan because now I like hats. But I got my Bills shirt on. I got my Bills cup.
So are you a Bills fan because of the hat? Like the Bills?
No, it's because of OJ.
Fire.
And that's a funny story. I have a jersey now too.
Yeah.
So much happened.
And it all started because of that OJ
And it all
episode.
started because of that OJ episode, which is hilarious. But today joining me, I'm Riley Sassanelli. Today joining me is DJ K Royale with cheese. We've got Gus,
G. Housen.
G Hassan,
Yep.
and who are you?
What's my name?
10 million rounds of ammo.
Listen.
Yeah,
He had 200 guns.
He had 200 guns.
And he had a U-Haul truck that he carried it all.
Yeah,
over. And he had little extendy arms that he would just grab out.
And
of
it's
the
funny
sides.
And he also
because
had 5 other people with him.
5 other, yes.
it's been like what? So that was like what? 6? That episode was like 6 or 7 months ago.
That's
and
crazy,
We
though.
have not stopped talking about it.
Yeah. It's been a keep up in our group.
So yeah, today we're talking about something Gus told me he really wanted to talk about.
Yep.
He was excited for this one.
Oh yeah.
He was really excited for this one. And
It was kind of weird. He
I
talking
was
about
so
a lot.
fascinated by it that it took me 6 months to finish my notes.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I think I started on them in March.
And he was working every day.
Every day,
Constantly.
slaving away.
Non-stop.
So today we're talking about it's Josef Fritzl,
Mm-hmm.
but on Wikipedia and other things.
What's this one?
No, I'm just kidding. Online, it's called the Fritzl case. I forgot to say. this episode is going to be fucked up. So,
Get ready, guys.
if you are a family member of mine or squeamish, don't watch this because there's a lot of family fun and child porn. So,
This ain't no trip to Disneyland.
yeah. Deshaun's like, what?
Bro, he has said nothing since the recording started.
Yeah, oh
you
yeah.
had to introduce his name for him.
I said DJ. No, I did everybody's name.
Yeah, no, but like you're like, what's your name? What DJ? Come on, say his name, bro.
Dejan.
Anything?
Dejan was on the OJ episode too.
Yeah.
I was.
What you might not know is he's a mute.
He is mute.
Yeah.
Don't say
Only
anything.
when he feels like it.
All right. So without further ado, we're gonna get into the 20th episode. This is the Fritzl case.
Let's do it.
So, Josef, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, because I saw it on a YouTube video. Josef Joe Fritzl. I kind of like that. Joe
Oh,
Fritz.
Miss Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle.
Joe Fritzl.
Joe Fritzl.
Joe Fritzl.
Wait.
Miss Fritzl's husband. You never see your husband. This was why.
Yeah.
Miss Frizzle's husband. So Josef Fritzl was born April 9th, 1935 in what is that, Gus?
Bro, you wrote the
Amstetten.
notes.
Amstetten. Yeah, I did write. Of course I write notes. Amstetten, Austria.
Doesn't even know how to read them.
I'm... Yeah. Wait till we do the Unabomber. So, his mother raised him because at the age of 4, his father walked out on him and his mom. His father enlisted in the army, and he fought in World War II.
Okay.
In Austria.
Oh.
Yeah. And
what was his role? What was he doing over there?
well, he died.
Was he just doing some community service?
No, he was pretty buddy with the Germans because they make a mean sausage. So he was.
He was the national.
None of
guard.
us are getting work.
Yeah.
None of us are finding work out of
This is my work. This is my passion.
The bank's just rolling in from the
It's coming in.
All of
Please
the,
donate.
all of the. Oh, actually, I forgot to say this. Did you guys know that Sizzle Popcorn no longer exists?
No way.
Yeah. The popcorn company that we were pushing on the podcast no longer exists.
Well, they a
Oh.
sponsor?
No,
We tried to get
We
them
tried.
a sponsor.
we
Have
tried.
you guys
Dude,
tried to
their
get Kelby to
popcorn
sponsor
is
you?
bomb.
They're pop.
Damn.
So
Or
they're just-
the owner said that they were going to come back, but he needed to get investors, so he had to pause all operations.
Did they get the
Well, maybe they should have fucking sponsored us.
Yeah.
You
Would've
should have
given them-
sponsored
Hey,
us.
you could've had tens
Fuck
of-
you!
Yeah,
We need
tens of
money.
dollars.
Tap into our audience.
Yeah.
We have an
Everybody that
ecosystem.
we know.
Hey,
And some couple like other people.
Yeah,
from,
like 3
nowhere.
strangers.
we do have strangers on here.
What's up, guys?
That one guy that told me not to quit my day job, I have not forgotten you, even though you deleted your comment.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, but he got dogged on in the comments. Because that video, the Son of Sam episode is our most viewed
I love
podcast
that,
on
right?
YouTube.
I love that one.
That is such a good episode. That guy was a Son of Sam YouTuber. I'm sure I've talked about this before. He was a Son of Sam YouTuber, and he posted he said, don't quit your day job, guys. People, even strangers who we didn't know who watched the episode, fucking dogged on that guy.
Wait, he was a YouTuber
So thank
just
you
about the
guys
days?
to our real fans.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He had literally 200 videos.
Just about Son of Sam?
Yeah. Different interviews or just different random bullshit about Son of Sam. Anyways, moving on.
Excuse me.
It's okay. So his dad died in 1944 fighting in World War II.
God rest his soul.
Tail end of the war too. He only had to make it a couple more months. So his mother was reportedly verbally abusive to him as well.
What a
Okay.
bitch.
Yeah.
Who reports their parents for being verbally abusive?
He didn't report her.
So how is it reported?
Reportedly.
Wait, what? In an interview.
Yeah.
He probably,
That's technically still a
he
report.
probably mentioned it in an interview after all this shit happened.
Noah's like, I'm wrong. I have to walk it back.
It has been
Noah,
reported.
Noah.
What?
Yeah.
What does
Just
that
keep
mean? What is that?
keep
What
digging
is
your
that?
grave.
What is this? What is?
Keep-
I'm gonna hit you with my shovel. How's that?
She gets what's coming to her. Potentially. It might be fake. This is all only from him. She didn't make it to talk about it.
DJ looks so confused.
That's why it was reported.
I'm gonna report. You
No,
missing for like a day.
no. It's you were verbally
I'm not
abusing your
pro-verbal
children,
abusing. I'm saying
and
like
get mad when
No,
the
no, no,
children
no, no.
snitch.
Yeah, he just victim blamed. You're right.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
it's not victim blaming.
the
alright?
victim was a piece of shit, but still, if
He
it's
wasn't
true, that's
then.
fucked up. Yeah, exactly. He was only
Okay,
4.
What?
Right?
He was 4.
When his dad died. Yeah.
Grow up. Get a little.
Hey, Noah?
You're not
Yeah,
fighting
leave.
him.
Know what?
No.
Know what?
That's not the exit, by
You-
the way.
No,
You are-
there is! Upstairs, you fucktard.
You
Hey,
are in
hey.
free speech jail.
In free speech jail. Go away.
Free speech jail.
Put these back on.
You should be mute like me. Just
Yeah, Dejan listens. He's very tentative.
Noah, talking for you is a privilege.
Take away the talking stick.
These are my hater blockers.
Yeah, they're also the no talk
I
glasses.
can't hear anything that dumb people say when I'm wearing this.
Alright, let's continue.
Can you? So you can't hear yourself speak. That's the issue here.
I can hear myself.
So you can hear it.
I'm getting flamed. Can we please keep moving?
Yeah, okay. So when Fritzl, that's what I'm gonna refer to him as, was 21. This is in 1956. He married he married Rosemary. She was 17 at the time, by the way.
How old is he?
21.
Okay.
So Dejan, it's meant to be.
He's not.
If they could, I know he's not 17. I'm just saying, if they could cross age, then we could cross racial boundaries.
I mean, it is Pride Month at the time of recording. So.
Yeah, it is Pride Month at the time of
yeah.
recording. So with Rosemary, he would have 7 children with her.
God,
Was that-
damn.
Over what time span?
Doesn't
Their
matter.
whole-
7
Yeah,
children?
Well, she's 17.
Obviously
she had
not
kids
in a
at
fucking
17.
year,
Okay,
Noah.
she started
What
having
do you-
kids at 17.
That's crazy.
I mean, not at the time.
A pregnant 17-year-old?
At the time?
That's crazy.
Baby boom.
Even now, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now, but back then it wasn't.
Were
is
they
my
having
point.
kids that young? I didn't know.
Yeah.
You're
this
Middle
is,
Eastern,
so,
bro. People
so
get
this
married
is
at
after,
16.
So yeah,
Having kids at 16?
Yes!
That's actually, I did not know that.
this is after World War II.
Why do you think all the parents are young?
1956.
Okay.
So yeah, they were having.
Have
kids.
you? Okay.
I don't.
Have you been to Detroit?
I haven't seen pregnant
Right?
16-year-olds.
Yes, you what?
Yes.
What?
What? How is this common?
In
now?
Detroit?
Pregnant. Okay, so like people are just knocking up 16-year-olds in Detroit.
Okay.
Other
Besides
16-year-old.
Detroit, the hood and ghettos in general.
Hey, the
This is
Middle
something new
East,
to me.
people are getting married at 16, 17 still.
Okay, I knew they were getting married. I thought that was just
What do
money,
you think they do?
money stuff in between families. That's what I thought. They were like, you
So it's
get-
all fraudulent marriages?
Not when did I say fraudulent? I thought that people were like, I didn't know they were getting pregnant.
So they got married and just held hands.
This is.
Never slept in separate beds, never
Listen,
got
I'm sorry. The idea of a pregnant 16-year-old is like is new to me. All right.
I mean, even nowadays it happens, dude.
Yeah.
you guys know a little bit too much about this. Anyway, moving
No,
on.
we experienced the real world.
Hey.
Oh wait, you've experienced it before?
The real world!
That's crazy.
He cut me off
That's
before you finished.
crazy.
Hey, my fiance's a cougar. Don't talk about it.
It's a year difference!
2 years and 5 months.
Womp womp.
Did you say womp womp?
Womp womp. So one of Fritzl's daughters was named Elizabeth.
Mm.
She's very important for later in the story.
She's
No.
the child porn.
Anyways,
Just pay attention now.
no.
Did you just ignore what he just said? What the fuck? How did I catch
We're
you?
gonna cut it out! We're gonna cut it out! It never happened!
Why did you pay attention to that?
Yeah,
Because it never happened.
editor, cut that out.
Aren't you the editor?
Yeah. yeah.
I can.
It's just because of us dying.
It's just
The
the
guy
guy shooting.
child-
Child porn. So.
This is a horrible room to be in.
This is the best episode.
I am
by far.
not.
I don't even know how long we've been going for, but this is the best episode by far. This. It is reported that when Elizabeth, starting at the age of 11, was when Fritzl began sexually abusing her, and this is his own daughter, by the way. Things get, as I like to say, much, much worse. So Josef went to school at HTL Technical Institute. This is in Austria, and he became an electrical engineer.
I'm civil.
Ah, fuck.
I was about to pat him too.
And 1969. Did you laugh at? Don't fucking laugh.
A lot of stuff happened that year.
Yeah.
So Josef worked as a he worked at a construction material firm for about 2 years, and later he became a technical equipment salesman. Skipping forward a little bit, in 1995 he retired at the age of 60, and he seemed to be quite loaded by the time he finished retiring.
Electrical engineer.
Yeah, he went to engineering. He had multiple properties, and like I guess this kind of goes into like the cycle of him like getting more money. He bought a ton of properties and rented a lot of them out.
That'll do it, dude.
So yeah, he made a ton of money, and this is like
Landlord? You can tell he's a great person.
yeah.
All of them are.
He had those properties until the late 90s. You'll see why later. He got busy. Couldn't manage all of them. He also had a bit of a criminal history to him.
Okay.
So in 1967, Fritzl broke into the home of a 24-year-old nurse. This is also like all this happens in Austria. If you're wondering what the location is, he raped and threatened to kill her, and then
What?
whoa.
That's a normal reaction.
No, I just thought of it.
Whoa. But in the same year, he was the suspect of a rape of a 21-year-old woman. So
Wait, was he
so that's
tried and convicted?
we'll get to that.
It's Austria, dude.
It was Austria. So he
What
got.
does that have to do with it? Is it like off the books there?
So
Going through a world war?
Money.
he
Was it
did.
after the war?
He is rich.
This is after the war.
Okay.
No, it was during.
Well,
when he
no,
was
because you said
4.
it was towards the tail end of the war.
No,
that's a weird thing to
His
hit
father
me for.
served during the tail end of the war.
Father died at the end of the war.
Oh, okay, so this was like...
So this is 1967.
Oh, okay.
He didn't get convicted for either of the rapes, but Fritzl had a habit of exposing himself to people in public, so he took like a plea deal and got 12 months in prison for indecent exposure.
Huh?
Wait, so this guy who enjoys
Raping women.
raping women, runs around naked, got 12 months
Yeah.
for indecent exposure?
I believe, I'm pretty sure, he took a flat, like, he confessed to one of these things after being caught. He was a suspect for one of them, and then for the indecent exposure, he was like, okay, I'm just going to plead because then I can't get charged with anything else.
Isn't it different
You
if
know-
you confess to something as opposed to being caught, though?
It depends, because if you confess to something, sometimes people confess to stuff they didn't commit because the prosecution makes a deal with them. So, like, manslaughter is like accidental, like accidentally killing someone. Like, you didn't mean to kill someone, but like your actions led to them being killed.
Yeah.
Sometimes people plead from, I fucking broke into Dijon's house and stabbed him because I hate him. That's murder. People will plead from murder to manslaughter to get less time in prison, but it means they won't have to go to trial.
I've also heard about people just admitting that they did murders at specific times, and then they use that as an alibi so that they cannot get charged with the murder. Because they're like, no, it's impossible. This guy always does this, and he's never the guy that does the murder. I've heard about that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying people who will purposefully set up alibis, and then when
And then they'll go confess.
Yeah.
Right? But then they'll be like, no, it's impossible. And then over time, as he keeps killing people,
Yeah.
he keeps doing like, this guy's a crackhead. He always does this. But he's
Yeah.
literally the one that's doing it.
Yeah.
But they legally can't do anything about it.
That's interesting. I see what you mean from that strategy,
Okay.
because
That
yes.
seems tough to pull off. though.
Then
Yeah.
Oh, people have done it.
I
I'm
know.
Sure they did.
There's
Yeah,
that one series on Apple TV about that.
I think. I saw it in a TikTok show.
Well, it wasn't about him committing it. It was about someone trying to have him confess to actually doing it because they couldn't actually
Mm-hmm.
have proper evidence because he does that bullshit.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you said, how does that plea deal work? Because okay, the evidence says you broke in. How does that go from second degree to manslaughter?
It all comes down to the prosecution. If you are willing, you're going to jail for something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even worse. You're more likely to plea down, and the prosecution will match you because they know, okay, if you're like, okay, I'm willing to cooperate, it means that the prosecution saves money, and you save time as to, like, you can start your sentence right away, and you're not gonna have to do any bullshit where, like, you're gonna get off easy.
Okay.
So that's how people do, like, plea deals and
I
stuff.
think also in terms of like a government and like a police like force, it's good to build a culture around like, okay, if you confess to this, we'll give you a lighter sentence. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we find out that you did it without you confessing to it, you're gonna get hit with a lot more charges.
That is it too. Sometimes, like, they will give you stuff for, like, okay, you cooperated, so we're gonna reward you. But at least in America, a lot of times it's like, there are people like that, but for like the more serious crimes, people who commit the serious crimes, people who like lie and commit serious crimes are lying for a reason, because they're evil people.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's time I'm gonna try to get out of jail. But sometimes people are smart, you know, shit happens where some people just like go fucking crazy and they kill someone and they're like, I am gonna accept what happens. Like, they're a shit person for killing people. But they're like, I'm gonna accept what happens. And then they confess and they get a lighter sentence, or sometimes they don't give you a lighter sentence because of like the severity of the crime.
Yeah, good on you guys. Good on
Yeah.
I never looked into it, but
you.
school shootings.
Good job.
Yeah.
How is that? Do they just?
Most of the time they kill themselves.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, they do.
Because
School
school
shooters.
shooters.
Really?
A lot of the times.
Because
like that,
I
you're
don't remember
fucked.
the last time one of them killed themselves. I feel like most of the time they get caught.
Oh
no, they
Even
that
the
one
MSU
trans
one, he
person
shot
killed
himself.
himself.
I think so.
No,
yeah,
that
they
guy.
didn't.
You mean in that church or the Christian church, Christian school?
No, he
Wasn't
got
it?
killed.
He
Yeah,
got
I think
killed.
the
Yeah.
police
Yeah.
just shot them.
Yeah.
Suicide, the police just shoot on sight because fuck you.
Because
Yeah.
they're a
Yeah.
dangerous person with a weapon.
No, for sure.
In Austria, the law is that you see it. Well, in America, if you're 18 and if you commit a crime before you're 18, I believe you can get your record expunged for certain crimes after you turn 18.
Okay, I know for certain things, one matters on severity, of course. But I know because I have family members, they did things, went to juvie
Yeah.
instead of like jail,
Yeah.
and then because they went to juvie, all of it is locked,
Yeah.
so no one can actually view it.
Oh.
Well, in Austria, if you are clean for 15 years, they expunge your record.
And at everything?
Okay.
Drug use, DUI.
I know
Do
it.
that shit in Austria.
It applies. It applied to the sexual crimes, so I imagine it's probably he got
So
his
if
record
you-
expunged,
What?
and so this will become important.
I'm
late.
sure that that applies to murder.
That is.
I don't think it applies to.
Is this still-
Austria's a shithole.
Is this still how it is in Austria today or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
But at the time,
I'm pretty sure they don't even have any law enforcement there now.
In Austria?
yeah, no, it's just a lawless country.
I mean-
Shout out to our one Austrian fan.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love that guy.
What was that?
that's my Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sounded like a dying like worm.
What?
You know, like when you see a worm.
Hey, get to the job! So, at the age of 15, Elizabeth, this is the daughter that Fritzl was abusing. What?
Spit it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
what, Deshaun?
Okay.
Was fucking beatboxing.
Okay, I'm sorry. So 7 children. Which child is she? How old? How young?
She's 11.
She's 15. I don't know. At this time, she's 15. I don't know how she ranks among his oldest to youngest children.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's one of the oldest.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike is probably one of the older ones.
Yeah.
Because I was
When
wondering
grew
if he did it with like the later children or if he started
I
off
think he
early.
started right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like she at 15, she completes the required education like in America, like you can drop out in high school legally, but you're technically you're required to finish high school, like up to high school, or that's like up to like when public school ends.
Mm-hmm.
In Austria, it's a little different, or I guess it was. at the time. And so she went from, at 15, she finished what she was required to do. So then she went to, she started doing like a little course to become a waitress.
Okay.
And she ran away from home in January of 1983. But after she was out of the house for 3 weeks, but got returned home by the police.
What?
Yeah.
Ironic.
Was she still 15 at this time?
Yes.
Okay.
And
What's the what age are they considered legally an adult over there?
still 18.
Over there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure.
Isn't it different in European countries?
That's what I was thinking.
Like
The
'cause I know
age
they can drink at like.
at 15 in Germany,
Yeah.
not in like other parts of the, not in
But it
other.
makes you
Austria is
like-
practically Germany.
Yeah,
Okay,
but like,
so
if
yeah.
it's different in Germany, it's probably different everywhere else.
I'm pretty sure it
No.
varies country to country.
Like
Yeah.
in the Europe.
It
yeah.
does.
Definitely varies. Like,
Yeah.
The typing is fact checking.
I am typing so I can look it up. 18.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So and that will become important later because actually, so she comes back home. The police return her home. Josef is not happy about this. She becomes a waitress but is staying at home until she's 18, when Josef lures her into the basement because he needed her to help him put a door install a door in the basement.
Onto what, you might ask?
Onto what? Onto a makeshift prison cell that he made in the basement.
Yeah.
So Josef told her, "Hey, I need you to help me carry this door." She held the door up to the hinges. He put the door on, and then he closed it and locked it with a locking system he created, like a keypad, on the door. So she's fucking stuck.
Yep, and then he pointed, "Ha ha! I tricked you!"
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good impression.
Where's the mother?
Taking care of the other 6 kids, dude.
Fair.
So
She's not just like.
I would like to add, before I say this, 2 things. One, actually, we'll get to the. So Josef was very abusive to his other children as well.
Oh, sure.
In the same
And-
manner?
No,
Not the guys.
but also, he was like verbally, like he ruled the house with an iron fist. Hey, don't fucking touch my shit, to his wife.
Yeah, he's got
So
that
his
German
wife-
blood.
Oh,
That is true. Austrian, yeah. So, I would like to say one thing though. I looked up pictures of the basement. So from how I'm describing it, you'd think like, oh, it's a small basement with like just the door. Don't go in the basement at all, or you'll see the kids. No, the basement was fucking huge, and
this guy was loaded.
what?
Like yours?
Bigger than mine. There was like
guy was
hallways.
loaded.
He was
Alright.
loaded. There were hallways that went down into like there were whole ass like hallways with just like room to room to room thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a normal ass like bedroom.
Austrian architecture.
Yeah. So what he did was he used a bookshelf. He put a bookshelf in front of a door that led to the hallway where the cell was. At the end of the hallway
It's like one of
was
those
the
Harry
cell.
Potter
They just see the bookshelf.
So they just see the bookshelf. So Josef is able to get in and out easily because he knows
Okay.
behind the bookshelf's door.
Electrical engineering.
Yeah.
Did he maybe upgrade the bookshelf to become the door?
Like you pull on a
That's
those
exactly
doors
what
and
I'm
fucking
thinking.
So
Harry
from the
Potter. This is Scooby-Doo, man.
Dude.
Yeah, from the picture I saw, no. So he knocked
Wait,
her on. What
never mind.
were you gonna say? No, go ahead. Deshaun.
Fucking running through the hallways, she like ghost following him and shit.
He starts chasing after them.
He's chasing the daughter, trying to get her in, then she starts chasing him. That's fucked.
His house has a bunch of hallways too. It's perfect.
And I would have gotten away with
If
it.
it weren't for you
Meddling
Meddling
kids.
That dog.
Damn dog. So he knocked her unconscious after he like asked her to hold the door in place, and then he put her inside the cell.
Okay.
Finessed.
So
Did you say finesse?
finessed.
No.
Yeah, I got.
So
Just hit the meanest lick.
Okay. Now, fuck. If hindsight this is bad, please don't put it in.
okay.
Okay.
That always
So-
works out well.
It never worked.
Going on the TikTok, dude.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
So, she ran away from home
Yes.
at 15.
Yes.
Clearly, she did not want to be there.
Yes.
So, she knew at 18, police weren't going to try to chase her down.
Yeah.
So, as soon as she turned 18, she decided to still stay at the house.
I'm sure she was trying.
She
to
was
leave.
probably planning her escape soon.
That's fair.
It took her 3 years though.
Well, at 18, you're legally an adult. They can't bring you back home.
Yeah.
But I mean, like she knew how she got caught the first time. Why not devise a little plan?
Like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
victim
probably-
blaming.
She.
It's not victim
What?
blaming.
It's your fault you got caught and
Okay,
stuck.
no.
He's
You
saying
should
the
have
same
left
thing.
earlier.
He's saying the same thing though. It's like it's
So
not.
yeah, like
No, the way
hindsight.
you said it was victim blaming.
How did I say it?
You said it
Tell
worse
me how I
than
said
you.
it. Tell me how I said it.
No, we'll run it back. I'll show you how you said it when the episode comes
No, it
out.
was the same exact thing. It
So-
was just, she could have like thought of something.
She probably did.
She
but,
probably
well,
was.
We're missing the like.
yeah.
You know.
We jumped through time. We
Yeah,
didn't go through every
she's-
detail that happened.
let me
between
guess,
15
she's
and
dead.
18.
Spoiler alert, she's dead.
She's alive.
Still to this day.
That's a prison cell.
Yes.
He didn't try to kill her.
He didn't try to kill her.
If he wanted to kill her,
He threatened to kill her. He didn't.
He had a lot of threats.
He didn't kill her.
He hasn't really done any like murders yet.
Let me.
Well,
No,
rape
only
is pretty
rape.
Okay,
fucking
okay,
bad.
Okay. You don't know the rest of the story. How about you stop it? He didn't commit any murder yet. Allegedly, he might have up to this point. Yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And the thing is with killers, they tend to ramp up their
Yeah, They go like.
their crimes.
they do-
Where they start small and then they build
Yeah.
on top of that bigger and bigger and bigger until
Yeah.
it leads
They
to.
want more.
This
Yeah.
might not be his first rodeo.
Oh.
So, in the basement cell, there was a trash can, a toilet, a bed, a hot plate, a fridge, and later he put a TV and a radio there.
That sounds better than my dorm.
I know, yeah, dude.
Did you know my sister can't have candles?
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
either.
Me neither.
Why not?
That's
Couldn't.
fire hazard.
Fire
Fire hazard, yeah.
Oh.
My neighbor had one the last time I was there.
I had one as well. It was great.
Yeah.
You can't even have like toaster ovens.
No,
How do you cook breakfast?
you don't. You go down to the
You go
dining
to the
hall.
dining hall, dude.
Yeah.
So you can't like make like a toaster strudel?
You are
No.
required to buy the dining hall pass.
I'm happy.
You are required.
If you
If
live
you
on
live
campus,
there.
you have to. Yeah.
I'm getting an apartment next year or next semester.
Lucky them.
Good job, man.
I know, yeah.
Hey, Gus is stuck there.
I would have had one by now, but
Dang.
my immune system, you fuck. The cell, by the way, was 590 square feet.
It's pretty small.
The
Better than
bait,
my dorm.
exactly, yeah,
Are we
exactly.
getting your dorm sucked?
And then, like I said,
No, this is compared to a prison, by the way.
Yeah. So, I keep accidentally scrolling. Okay, here we go. So after Elizabeth went missing, Rosemary, her mom, was like freaking out because she did have a history of running away, and yeah, she knew how bad it was. Like the mom knew how bad it was, but
Fucking smacking the fucking.
Maybe again, we don't know what happened when she came back at 15. Maybe
Ah.
she was too scared to run away.
yeah,
It was like a
I
threat.
mean, he did rule with an iron fist.
exactly. So, Rosemary reported her missing to the police, and Fritzl like went along with it. But yeah, she didn't know that her daughter was locked in the basement.
Poor Miss
I'm just
Fritzl.
imagining him on the news. He's like, she just disappeared. I have no idea where she is. He's just like in front of his
Yeah.
house.
He's
Like,
like,
he's-
yeah, I have no idea.
No,
if he's like,
where she went.
She ran away from her. Oh, that's a bad accent. I don't know where I was going with that.
She ran away from home.
I can't even think of what
Ah!
the earth was.
She ran away from home.
She ran away.
So a month later, Fritzl hands a letter into police that he said he received from Elizabeth, and in the letter, Elizabeth said that she was tired of living at home, so she ran away. And Fritzl said oh, I bet she joined a cult.
I mean, pause real quick. What kind of 18-year-old writes a note for why they're running away?
Yeah.
Don't they just
After
leave?
they had
Well,
already
I
left a
mean-
month later.
Yeah, don't they just leave?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the cops, like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the most incriminating thing is she didn't leave a note the last time she ran away.
No.
So why would she do it this time?
Exactly.
Yeah, and-
if you're the cops, like, what are you thinking? You know what I mean?
And Fritzl kept telling the police
Mm-hmm.
that he was very adamant, and he later is very adamant as well, that she joined a cult. This is his story. Oh, I think she joined a cult. in the letter, it said that Elizabeth was with a friend living in Austria still, but if the police tried to find her and bring her home, even though she's 18, she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, the police can't.
She would just leave the country. Is what
An
it said.
18-year-old wouldn't say that.
She can do whatever she wants. Now,
Plus, hold on. How easy would it be to go to her fucking school files and compare the note to her handwriting in English class?
now that's the thing is that
Like,
Fritzl
unless he
made her
Okay, he
write
made her
the
right.
letter.
Okay.
Okay.
But he told her what to say.
Right. Okay,
Another
that makes
thing
sense.
is, right, let's say, right, this is a missing persons report,
Yes.
not a runaway.
Yes.
Two separate things. Like you said, they can't bring her back. So the most the police are going to do is go to this supposed friend and be like, oh, she's here. Your family just want to know you're okay. Bye.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a wellness check.
But that's why the letter
Yeah.
says like, oh, if you try to look for me, I'm going to leave the country because the police.
I mean, try
The
to go to
police
the
literally
country,
would.
come
I think if that happened in America, the police. Well, they would. She's 18. Although, if you disappear like that, I think they would still look for you.
Well, that's the whole point of a wellness check.
Yeah. So they would do that wellness check with the friend, and
Yeah.
and try to look for her.
on. But if anything, they're just gonna go back to the parents and say,
And,
yeah,
yeah.
she's good.
And
Yeah.
you can't. You're legally not allowed to do anything about it. So Fritzl would go on to imprison Elizabeth for 24 years in the basement.
how...
Yeah.
No. What? I'm almost at impoverished, was she? How was
How?
she health-wise? Like, because it's a prison.
So they're not allowed
You
to
know?
leave the basement.
Yeah.
She was in the same room for 24 years.
I know.
They were fucked up.
That's a bit of a.
Wait, they.
Yep. I was just gonna
Oh
say,
yeah,
it's a bit
there's
of
more.
A,
I forgot.
it's a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of a spoiler.
So a little bit of a spoiler. Fritzl-
wait,
He fucked
had
his
no idea
child.
what's coming.
Yes,
What
he
the
did.
fuck? I thought it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
her. Even when I looked it up before this, I was like, wait, what did he just see?
No, you'll see.
You'll see.
He'll say it.
You'll see. So Fritzl would go in the basement almost every single day because at the time he was still an engineer, and he would
And the
say,
6 other people in his house had no idea.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And he would say, "Oh, I'm going to work in the basement. Don't bother me." He did not let anyone. He didn't let his wife down there. Didn't let anybody go down there. And so he would go down there almost every single day. But this is a cover for why. Like, oh, him being an engineer is like a cover. Fritzl would visit Elizabeth at least once a day to give her food.
Going
And-
into his office behind the bookshelf.
Yeah, behind the bookshelf. Normal. And so Fritzl, over the course of her 24 years in captivity, Fritzl would repeatedly rape Elizabeth. The rapes resulted, and it gets way worse at the end of this. I'll tell you a little bit more to the extent. Because Elizabeth recounts this after she's been freed. Spoiler. The rapes resulted in the birth of 8 children.
Oh,
that
so
was-
he kept
That's
He-
more than he's had with his wife.
he
Yes.
kept the children down there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of them.
So
What
what?
happened to the other ones?
So one of the Elizabeth had a miscarriage. At I believe she was ready to pop. And then but she had a miscarriage. One of the children, died shortly after being born. And some people think Fritzl killed the kid just because. So Elizabeth had more kids, but the first one in 1986, the first birth was a miscarriage, but Elizabeth had more kids. So the three of her children got removed from the basement at very young and were left on the front step of their house
So the
with a note.
It's one of those drop-offs that
Mhm.
that became a major problem.
So the note said that the kids were Elizabeth's kids. She didn't want to take care of them anymore, so they were Fritzl's
So she was going.
Oh my god.
According to him, she was going back there
and dropping
and
the kids
leaving
off.
her own
And
kids.
she would leave a note there. And Fritzl and his wife. What were you gonna say, John?
Okay. Do you guys know watch Ted Nivison?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the bumper sticker thing?
Mhm.
Safely fuck. What's the word? It was safely something your baby. It was like he described it, it was because people used to just drop kids off on random doorsteps.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want them.
Right.
So he was like, the whole thing was like, give it to an adoption facility.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you just randomly leave a kid in front of the fucking house, you don't know who the fuck is in that
Yeah.
house.
Right.
You don't know how they're gonna react to a
And
fucking
how
kid.
long the baby's gonna be outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe they're
Like, oh my
vacation.
god, remember Ollie's neighbor? Well, he hasn't moved yet, but he said one of the neighbors, she left their kid out on the doorstep. This was during winter, and they weren't home, so they don't know how long the child was out there. But it was a baby on the fucking doorstep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they talked to the mother, said, never do that shit again. We will call CPS on you.
Why
They
do
didn't
it in
call
the first
CPS?
That's fucked up.
place? Call the police ASAP.
Yeah.
The baby could. Did the baby live?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's a miracle that it survived. Wow.
So, Fritz,
By the way, I just want to, before we continue, just want to preface this. No jokes here, guys. This is heavy.
it will be
No,
heavy.
yeah, this is like.
Oh yeah, it will be
Yeah,
heavy.
here, no jokes.
Yeah.
Like, before he said that, I was making a joke, like, to the teacher. I was doing a charade about him, like, opening, like, pulling a
Yeah,
book
I
back,
saw
the
it, and
door
then
just
as soon as he said
Yeah.
the
My-
rape
my
thing,
face just
his
went-
face.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh.
Yeah. So Fritzl, authorities said Fritzl, gigantic air quotes here for people listening on audio, very plausibly explained how the three random infant children showed up at his doorstep. Like I said, he wrote a note saying, "Hey, I'm Elizabeth. These are my kids. I'm dropping them here. Goodbye."
I just want to say this. So this girl that got abused by her father.
Yeah.
Tried to run away on multiple occasions. Had multiple kids,
Mhm.
and left it at that very father's doorstep.
3 times.
And the cops considered it very plausible.
Not okay. Not only
What the
this.
fuck is up with their police
Okay.
stations?
Post.
All right.
Austria.
Besides the police
no,
station,
seriously, like
literally,
what?
besides the police station, the mother is shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the common sense here? Where is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the same time, I think that region of the world, post-war, like, they were fucked.
Yeah.
Their
I mean, like-
currency was fucked.
Mhm.
They're not even just, like, economically, their people were fucked.
Mhm.
They didn't know what was going on politically with different sanctions
Yeah.
and stuff that were being placed. So,
I mean, in hindsight, it's easy to say what the fuck. But
yeah, but, like,
I-
if you
I'm sure
put
they did not
yourself
give a
in
fuck.
their shoes, like, they just got their asses handed to them.
Like, they did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
So Fritzl and his wife, like, took the kids to authorities, and like I said, they said that he explained it, but because Fritzl's record was wiped clean, he was able to legally adopt these children.
Did they
Yeah.
not take a DNA test?
No, because they didn't.
Well,
It was not.
I mean, if you want to confirm it's Elizabeth's child, I'd do a DNA test. If I
That's
were the police
true.
officers,
That's
Oh.
true.
Can you do it?
that would have gotten him busted.
okay.
Yeah.
child.
If it's
Yes, you
oh,
can.
Okay.
Oh, that's
This
the whole, like,
wasn't,
that's the whole, like, you are the father thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like he would have had his wife do it because Elizabeth is obviously his wife's child.
Yeah.
Because he might be smart enough to know if he gets tested, they're gonna be like, "You're 50% of this. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be."
That would bust him on the spot.
It would.
Yeah. So, because he adopted these kids, social workers would visit the house,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that nothing was there to raise suspicion.
They didn't check the basement.
No, they didn't check the basement.
Sit behind a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, was the bookshelf a door?
No.
Or, okay,
He was
because,
in front of the door.
yeah, I didn't know if it was some, like, Wile E. Coyote thing where he just,
No.
like, painted a door or, like, a bookshelf over the door.
A painted
What?
On the bookshelf.
You know how, like,
I thought
sometimes,
he
like, he'll,
painted
like,
the bookshelf on the wall.
how
Bro.
he'll, like, paint a continuing
People
road.
have depth perception. No one's that retarded.
This isn't a 2D cartoon.
The Roadrunner would disagree with that.
In a 2D
The
cartoon.
road
You think
runner?
he's seeing in 2D?
Yes,
He's
he's
seeing-
2D.
He's seeing in 3D. He's
Um,
depicted in 2D. Back to the story. I won that. Anyways.
I was gonna ask. You said it was multiple hallways in the basement,
Yeah.
and this was just one of the hallways,
Yeah.
and so it was very plausible they wouldn't know about
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the hallways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Fritzl he did this slowly, where he would, like, one kid let her adopt, one could let her, like, over the course of multiple years.
Just sprinkle them in.
Yeah, sprinkle them in there.
A little bit of salt.
Yeah.
Garnish.
So, Elizabeth, after she had her fourth child in the basement, this is in 1994, Fritzl made her and the kids that were still in the basement expand the basement.
That doesn't ask.
They dug into the soil with their bare hands and expanded the basement cell.
Did they add anything to
I
it, or
mean-
just make the surface?
Made it bigger.
Okay.
Fritzl, in 1996, Elizabeth gave birth to twins, but like I said earlier, one of them died shortly after being born, and Fritzl cremated the body in the basement. People,
Pretty sure human bodies smell.
yeah, but I guess nobody noticed or nobody wanted to say anything.
How big was that house?
I don't know about
Honestly.
the actual house, but the basement from the pictures, like I said, it looked big.
Oh my god.
So he could get away with it if it's behind the bookshelf, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, like, you smell it, but you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
I guess you'd be like, there's a dead animal inside the fucking walls.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Because I don't think people know how.
Like a fucking rat died somewhere.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth had one more child after this, and now 3 of her children were in the basement and her. Like I said, the basement had like its amenities, but if Fritzl got mad at them, he would punish them by taking away shit from them
That's so
and just
cruel.
not giving them food.
That is so cruel.
Sometimes he'd shut all the power off in the basement and just leave them down there. All the while, like, still raping her, like, the whole time.
That's a lot of mental strength from at least her.
Oh yeah, they were super fucked up after this.
Well, understandably.
Yeah.
But I think like the majority of people would just call it there.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Commit.
Yeah.
I feel like if maybe they had the means to, they might have.
Oh,
Like, I'm guessing
there's a
that's
will,
why
there's a
they
way
did it
with
with
that
their
kind of
bare hands, is because he
Yeah.
didn't feel like giving them an
No,
actual
he didn't want
tool.
to. Yeah.
Because a tool could be used to attack him, and he's like, no.
Yeah. Fritzl threatened to gas the basement, like cut a gas line and flood the whole basement with gas and kill them. And he threatened to electrocute anyone who tried to escape with
How?
some kind of electrical system he said he set up.
See, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, he's just working
Yeah.
on a little tinkering on some stuff.
Police examined the basement and said that there
From Austria.
that like literally he could not have done either of those things.
Like, he couldn't have done either of those things.
No.
There was no gas line that went into that area of the.
I mean,
of
but
the
how would
basement.
they know
Was
that?
there
He
a-
could have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
was
the
there a-
people don't know
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
The-
Like,
But the police, hindsight is 2020.
yeah, they never had to be real threats because
Yeah.
they could
Yeah.
never tell the difference.
Well, was there a ventilation system that went into and out of the room?
There must have been.
I mean, they were
I
breathing.
mean, yeah.
They had to have been. Yeah. So
Wait, he cut out power
Yeah, but not that. He said there was.
when there were children down there.
Yeah.
And all the children smashed? That were, of course, weren't, like,
Yeah.
dead because
Yeah.
of miscarriage or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 2008, we're skipping ahead a little bit. 2008, April 19th, 2008. One of Elizabeth's children. They are all in the basement, by the way. Her name was Kirsten. She fucking just fell unconscious. And for some reason, Fritzl decided that he would let them call an ambulance.
What?
Yeah. And, like, it makes sense if... It doesn't make sense for... I mean, it's nice of him to do that, but at the same time, he's had them locked. I
He
think...
got blind. He had to have gotten blinded by emotions.
Yeah.
Because at the end, of, like, as fucked up as the story is, like,
Mm-hmm.
if at the end, like, his daughter passes out, he's gonna fucking,
Mhm.
he's gonna let him call an ambulance.
Yeah.
As fucked as that sounds, coming
Yeah.
from a guy like that.
I mean, yeah, but
Parental.
Because remember,
Is
he
that-
didn't kill any of his
Yeah.
children.
That's
directly.
true.
It's parental
But is
instinct,
that
yeah.
really the first time that in 25 years that anything medically has happened to her in this
I
kind
think
of
it
life?
was
doubt
like
it.
they passed out and they would not wake up.
Yeah.
I'm doing the slapping motion.
Because she went to the hospital. So Elizabeth helped carry Kirsten, like Kirsten Dunst. Elizabeth helped carry Kirsten to the ambulance with Fritzl, and they took her to the hospital, and she was admitted for life-threatening kidney failure. So yeah, I imagine she did not wake up after she passed out.
I'm sure she wasn't the only one with any serious problems.
So staff at the hospital were kind of, for the first time ever in Austria history.
Took till 2008.
Yeah, took till 2008. Hospital staff were suspicious because Fritzl could not explain, like, who this random girl was that he got and why he brought her to the hospital.
One time he didn't have an alibi.
Yeah, for life-threatening kidney failure. So the next day, or actually, I'm sorry, 2 days later, April 21st, 2008, they called the police. The hospital staff did. What were you going to say, Noah?
Would that not be, out of all of the stuff that he's just spontaneously bullshit his way through?
Yeah.
Hear me out here, but would this not be like the easiest thing to
Saw
explain?
a kid passed outside the road. I took him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he can explain
But
unborn.
it's the-
I mean, the thing
it's
is,
the
like,
hard
when it
part
comes to
of-
a hospital, they ask a lot of questions
Yeah.
about the child and like their background, their history.
It's
Yeah,
So
hard.
if he's answering those questions, they're gonna ask why.
Right,
Yeah.
but if he can remove all of that by saying that he didn't know them at all beforehand and he was driving.
If he
down
says
the
that, then
street-
how are they gonna like help her?
It's
You know what I mean?
hard to
I mean-
bullshit your way with the hospital.
It is.
From the looks of it, Austrian hospitals are better police officers than the fucking police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason that hospital staff were suspicious is because so police put out a broadcast asking for the mother of Kirsten to come forward because the hospital had none of her medical history, so they don't know what she's allergic to. She's passed out.
Yeah.
They don't know what she's allergic to. They don't know
This
her blood.
person who essentially doesn't exist just showed up at the hospital
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
And
You're
so
gonna ask questions.
Wait! She gave birth in the fucking prison cell. That just
Yeah.
clicked. Holy shit.
8 times
How did he do that?
he just back in the day.
Yeah, how did any of them survive that?
Fair.
Well, back in the day, I mean, I don't want to. I feel like because back in the day home births were more common, maybe he was just better equipped to, like, he himself
In
I mean,
1960s,
he did
might
see
have
7 of
seen
his
it. Yeah, he
7
might have
children
seen it
that.
before, so he was better equipped to deal with it.
what is that, 1970s?
So
I think
him and his
yeah.
first wife got married in '56, and then she was in the basement in
67.
That no, I can see that happen.
Yeah,
Still,
I think
home
it was-
births. Home births, yeah.
I think it was 80.
But still, in those conditions.
86 is when she gave birth to the
86, okay.
miscarriage. She started.
That's probably what I'm guessing. That's why that other twin died, because you're not in a hospital.
Yeah. Police put out that broadcast. The police start to look at the situation, and they're like, it's a little suspicious. And then they start to they question Fritzl, and then they're like, so he shows up with this random kid. Random kids show up at his house that are Elizabeth's.
Yeah.
What happened to Elizabeth, Fritzl? Oh, she joined a cult, is what he kept saying.
Oh, so now he definitely knew she joined the cult.
He said, like, oh, she joined a cult. Probably.
Wasn't? Oh, okay. Because I thought before he was
Yeah,
speculating.
he kept saying that. Fritzl magically pulls out a letter and hands it over to the police. He says, this is from Elizabeth. The letter says that she is out of town, and
Why is she writing him like they're besties?
They're pen pals.
It said,
This doesn't make sense.
It said she was staying in, or the letter was postmarked,
Timothy.
that Austria. Police, I shit you not, this is so fucking hilarious, contacted a cult expert named Manfred Wolfhart. Like the police designated cult expert. And the cult expert was like, this shit's fake.
Wait, hold on.
Guys,
so they had this
commit-
guy on standby
Hey.
the
Wait,
entire
wait,
time.
Oh
wait.
my God.
Commit crime all you want in Austria.
Okay.
That's what I just heard.
Hey,
Yeah.
what about when he said she joined a cult in the very beginning?
Yeah.
Now they're consulting a cult expert?
Yeah.
I don't think his position existed. I think they added him on.
I mean,
And
not
he
this
was
guy
like-
specifically, but they could have consulted
No, no,
somebody
no.
who knows something about cults.
They
I'm
were
talking
just
about
like,
this
oh,
man
yeah, you're right.
in
Yeah.
specific. He just he was
He's
like,
the
he was like,
one
hold up. I got this.
He's
like,
the one
Reads it.
Austrian cult expert.
He clearly knew his shit. He literally was the only person that could figure this out.
Okay, this is what happened. This is the situation. They handed him the letter. He
That's not
bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't think he was a code expert. I think he just knew bullshit.
Hold
Hold
regular
on.
volunteer.
Elizabeth sent him this letter as soon as you guys started questioning him on where Elizabeth is.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is bullshit.
He's like, I don't even have to read
look at
this.
the cults.
I don't even have to read this.
he hands it back to me. This is bullshit. He didn't even open the letter.
I feel like he
It's
just
no
made
good.
He made them all look so stupid that they just designated him as the cult expert
Yeah.
so that he'd seem more qualified.
He said the letter was, quote, oddly written, so he did read the letter.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's like, how long have you guys known about this for? They're like,
No. He was a real cult expert. Wait a minute. Cult members don't write like this.
He's like, okay, sure. Nah. This shit's fake.
She's in the cold. No.
Arnold should play him in the movie.
Hey, Netflix is gonna make an adaptation on this, bro.
Oh, they probably will.
Josef, the Fritzl story. So, Elizabeth was concerned because,
They're gonna make it a sitcom. It's a fucking sitcom. She joined the cult! The fucking laugh track starts playing.
They head into the cult expert. You hear like that. Ooh.
Ooh.
This is bullshit. Oh.
Fritzl starts.
No.
Maybe.
You hear like the fucking over-exaggerated clapping. They're like, yeah, he figured it out.
If they make it a sitcom, they're doing the Scooby-Doo skit in the hallways.
Fritzl, like, okay, so the first shot of the sitcom is him delivering Elizabeth's first actual, like, child, not the miscarriage, and he holds the baby up, and it's just his face on the baby. So it's like his kid, and then the sitcom thing goes, ooh.
You know those noise when, like, they're they're gonna fuck in sitcoms?
Oh my god.
Could you imagine just
No.
the prison cell
No.
door?
No.
Hey, I was gonna make that joke, but I cut myself off.
It was a fucking like early '80s fucking pop song. Oh my god! Like think of like the R Carly intro. It's fucking that.
I'm trying to think of what's a good fit. Girls.
No, that's fucking.
Dr.
crazy.
Feelgood.
No. Oh no.
Dr. Feelgood's crazy in this context.
Nah.
What about Crazy Train? That's our theme song.
Better be Crazy Train.
It better be crazy.
Mr. Fritzl.
I thought you were gonna say the Mr. Beast intro for a second.
No, Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Fritzl.
So. Free speech jail.
It's the red
That's
one.
your cue. That's your cue.
What do you mean?
So Elizabeth was concerned because she had not seen her daughter. She was allowed to leave, but she had to come back to the prison cell.
Right.
On April 26th, 2008.
Wait. She was allowed inside the hospital?
No, she was not.
No, she took
Not
the
up
kid
until
to
this
the
point.
ambulance, but she went back inside apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
I,
So
mean, I don't know why the
willingly?
EMT should have questioned who that was.
yes.
Wouldn't the ambulance want someone in the fucking thing so they
I
can
mean, they took
question?
Fritzl probably.
So Fritzl was gone. Oh, he probably put her back.
He did put her back.
Plus, I mean, at that point, she probably walked back herself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Being there for 24 years, you're gonna have some.
I'm guessing no one
psychological
else was
damage.
home.
Yeah, no. Also, I just realized the camera turned is like off. Did you
I
hit the
was
red button?
another thing in the sitcom when after she
You hit
put,
the red button, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
after she put her child in the ambulance, she's walking back. The mother sees her like, "Oh, hey, Elizabeth," and
Laugh track.
laugh track.
Wait, what?
Hi, sweetie. Hi, mom. She walks back in the basement, just does a double take. What?
We're funny.
Awful people, dude.
I was gonna
I
say.
like how Gus prefaced all of this, but like, hey guys,
Yeah, but that was during the other part.
Okay.
Like now that we've gotten past that, now
I
we
was
can
gonna
make
say
jokes.
she can be played by Kelly Clarkson in the adaptation or something. Like she's at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
Kristen Bell
I feel like
right there.
yeah.
She's gonna be.
I mean, we already know Mr. Fritzl's gonna be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, we know. Oh, I thought Fritzl would be.
I thought Arnold
Okay,
Schwarzenegger
Dijon,
was the.
do
was
it.
the,
Okay, turn it on,
No, he's got to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
and then hit
I
the
thought,
red
I
button.
thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was gonna play the
Okay.
cult expert.
Okay, hit the red button.
He's just like a jacked.
Is it recording?
This is a bullshit. This is not
What
right.
is the battery
What?
at?
I. It's dead.
Turn it on.
I like to
Change
think-
battery pack.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I don't have another one.
Well,
This 14.
thank you for listening to Bodacious.
Shut the fuck up.
So.
Yeah, you can just keep it.
He's going
Get
crazy.
to the Fritzels! When he figures it out.
Arnold plays the cult expert who's in like one episode for
Yeah.
5 minutes.
It's like,
I-
Get to the Fritzels!
It's just
5
like
minutes?
That's
Okay,
good.
okay.
I get it.
Okay, the cult expert now just took 5 minutes to look at a bullshit note.
Yeah.
Hey, he's good.
And then he goes, "Get to the Fritzels." I can't do the accent like Gus can.
Get
I-
to the Fritzels! It's hard, man.
I like to think. I really hope that he made that comment about like the writing afterwards, because I like to think they just explained the situation to him, and just based off of the context, he's like, "This is bullshit. Like this is not accurate information."
He just says it in the most plain English you can. This is bullshit.
He's like, "Listen, guys, I really don't know what the heck."
And then he just goes back to his accent.
And then they go, "Okay." I don't know how to
Okay.
speak it in Australian. Austrian.
K.
Fuck.
That was your friend's like K.
Okay. Okay.
Then it just
Um.
they're all yellow.
So
What?
I get it because in like every like American
No.
interpretation of Mexico,
Stop.
flip your card.
flip my
You
card.
are done.
You know what?
Yeah.
That
you
wasn't
can't.
a racist joke. I'm just saying. No. I'm gonna preface this.
Audience, audio listeners. Well, now all
Which is
listeners.
not all of you.
Now all listeners. Gus did a funny thumbs down.
And for those who
Listen.
didn't understand the flip your card joke, in elementary school we all had cards. It was green, yellow,
I'm-
and red. And then, at least for me, there was one more card. It was like purple or something. That meant you had detention because you were fucked.
I also had a top card, which was it was either white or blue if you did really good.
I won
Oh.
poker last week.
Those are good
Everyone
cards.
tried to gaslight people into thinking
Bro,
I
I
did.
was constantly on yellow.
Yo,
was right on the
honestly,
line.
I'm
Yeah,
so
you are.
confused.
Hey, I
What do you
believe it.
mean?
I mean, you're annoying.
You're racist.
You know, last week Noah said he had autism, or he said he had Asperger's, and I was like, that makes so much sense.
What
And
are you
then-
on about?
And then he said he didn't, and I felt bad. The doctor. Okay, so on April 26, 2008, Fritzl actually again
Confused.
lapsed in his incredibly great judgment.
I've had a severe and
And-
continuous lapse
Lapse
in my judgment.
He took Elizabeth and 2 of her sons to the
do not
hospital to
expect
see
you to.
Kirsten.
You took Elizabeth?
And 2 of her sons
What?
He's-
to see Kirsten.
What happened? Honestly,
He's like, well, go
Bro
ahead.
just gave up.
I don't know.
he did.
He did.
Like Hitler.
Yeah, except he didn't kill himself, sadly.
Sadly.
Did
Yeah.
you read that
Sadly.
Hitler's like still alive?
He would be over
He would be
100
dead
years
right
old.
now.
Yeah. Okay. The whole reasoning is because Russia gave a skull that was from a woman, so they're like, well, who? If this is Hitler's skull, why is it a female?
Maybe he just had a feminine head.
Which
I
I,
mean,
thought maybe it was
if
his
you-
wife's skull that they took. I don't fucking know.
If anything, the Russians probably just took the body for themselves.
True.
Yeah, because that's why they wanted to get to it first, so that we couldn't
Yeah.
see it.
It's pretty fucked up.
So when
So was Hitler.
Put your head on a fucking pike. I don't know. What
So-
did they do?
Marlins
the
won that
Russians, the Marlins won. Good job.
Yeah.
So when they arrived, the doctors treating Kirsten, his name was Dr. Albert. I don't fucking know. Reader. Albert Reeder tipped police off that the Fritzls were at the hospital, and they
Can we
detained
give this
them.
man a
Yeah,
round of applause?
and they detained them.
Wait. A guy at the hospital again.
The doctor.
Yeah,
Okay, the hospital is literally the police force.
yeah.
Yeah. They did better than the police.
If you
Put
live
your
in-
doctors on the fucking front lines.
The
guys.
police actually did fucking nothing.
If you
They had to
live-
contact a cult
Hey.
expert.
They got this case handed to them on a silver platter.
Bro, they had it in the bag.
If you live in Austria, go to the hospital if someone broke into your house or something.
Yeah.
Just be
Commit
In
crimes.
Austria, if you want to commit crimes, stay away from the public
hospital.
healthcare system.
Yeah. So
They see a cop. They continue doing what they do. They see an ambulance. Oh fuck!
shit. So
Fucking EMTs are gonna jump out and jump his ass.
they just hop out. He's booking it.
So, police questioned Elizabeth, and after they promised that she would never see her dad again if she could, told them what happened.
Pinky promised.
Or no, they promised her that she would never see her dad again if she told them what happened. So she spent 2 hours telling them what happened over the past of 24 years.
Oh, hell, it only took her 2 hours, dude.
Yeah.
I think she, I feel like most of it's probably blocked, because that with some people with trauma, not everyone.
Yeah.
With trauma, they block out certain events.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of it too could be like over 24 years, there's only so many varying things
Yeah, like
that
the whole
can be
thing
done to a person.
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I think there are a lot of notable events that happen, like
Mhm.
obviously the sexual assault, obviously her giving birth, the abuse.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I get it.
Reportedly, I believe she claimed that over the past 24 years, she was raped over 3,000 times.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
No, yeah, so that's.
One of the things Fritzl did was he would rape her and he would force her to watch porn, and then they would reenact what happened in the porn
What the fuck?
in front of the kids.
Hey,
Those
dude,
kids
and that's
are fun.
Austrian porn, dude.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what that looks like.
That night,
Is it actually fucked?
It's
I-
Austrian porn, dude.
That's fair.
Is it? I'm not aware of this.
I want to be aware.
have you
I'm
ever
good.
seen? You ever seen?
They involve chimneys and very big camps.
I get it.
I don't.
Shut the fuck up.
Have you ever heard of? I know it's not the same country, but it's the same kind of region. Serbian film.
Oh no, yeah, that's not even. That movie is.
Yeah, it's like a really fucked up you ever
It's
heard of that?
actually kind of like this. Was that based off of this?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Well, no, because in Serbian film, there's
Serbian
that scene
film.
with the you know
Yeah.
about Serbian film.
No.
There's that scene where the lady gives birth and then he does something to the baby.
Yeah.
Man.
Serbian film was like a super fucked up. What are they called? Spoof.
What's it called?
Snuff films. Yeah.
No, but snuff films are actual.
Okay, this is like a snuff film.
Pseudo snuff film.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. This was. What was this?
Serbian film was a film.
It's called a Serbian film.
It's
yeah.
an actual movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's banned in a lot of places.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We should watch the next sleepover.
No.
I think it's
Fuck,
about
yeah.
no. There's literally a scene where a baby is born and then the guy does stuff like to the baby.
Yeah. It's super fucked up. Apparently, I've never seen it.
I just watched the
Okay,
video
Serbian.
essays. Wendy Goon talked about it.
Yeah, I've. Oh yeah. Okay. I've seen people talk about
God,
it.
that whole part of Europe is just fucked.
Yeah. If you live in Austria, we hate you.
For real? Like, what are you doing over there? Get a grip.
It's so
Yeah.
ass.
So
Get a grip.
that night.
Well, they have Vienna. Am I wrong?
Vienna?
Yeah, is that not
I don't think that
Austria?
wasn't like France or some shit.
It,
Oh.
it is in France.
Isn't that the art place?
No, it's a city.
Like a big
I
art.
know, but I just fucking
Italy.
Stranger Things, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
Vienna's
just
in-
wrong. Fuck
no,
you. Then.
Austria.
Oh,
You was right.
Vienna?
Oh, shit.
Dude,
Ah.
Google got it wrong because I saw Vienna, Italy, then I clicked on it and it said Vienna, Austria.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Maybe there's
Wow.
two Viennas.
Maybe.
It's the largest. It's the capital.
Oh.
The capital of Vienna.
Fucked up.
What are you doing, guys?
I don't know.
Yeah, Vienna. So that night, police arrested 73-year-old Josef Fritzl.
70.
About damn
Bro's
time.
basically dead.
2008.
Yeah.
Bro's tumbling in his corpse.
So
I mean, that's why, bro. When did he die? Is he
Did he
dead
kill
yet?
himself?
we'll get to that.
Okay.
In police custody.
Release on good behavior.
No, he died in police custody.
Okay, that's good.
Watch.
In police custody, Fritzl told police how he got how the basement worked and what they needed to do to get inside the bookshelf and shit. And so they got the code, they entered the basement, and they freed everyone. On April 29th, DNA evidence came back that Fritzl was the father of all of those kids. And police letters said that they found evidence they found some letters that Fritzl didn't send, and they saw Fritzl had Elizabeth write these letters, and then he would give them to police. There were letters in the pile of letters where they thought, based on how the letters were, what was in the letters, they thought that Fritzl's plan was eventually that he was going to pretend to rescue Elizabeth from the cult that she joined. Yeah.
That's so fucking stupid.
And then
That
the,
basement.
How did he get
and then
away
the
with
cult
it?
expert would have been like, bullshit.
How did he get away with this for 24 years?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I was envisioning a completely different basement.
Yeah.
Then I looked it up, and I'm like, that is fucking terrifying. Did you see it?
No.
Show the picture.
Yeah, let me see it.
Yeah, John, you can see too.
Oh, whoa.
Thank
Yeah,
you
because
for
there's
giving
like
me
the hallway
permission.
with the.
That was the hallway.
Yeah,
I was picturing something way bigger than that.
it's okay. Yeah, Fritzl claimed that him doing things to his daughter was not rape; it was consensual.
That's not holding up in court.
It's his daughter!
They're gonna be like, I don't.
Consent doesn't matter!
Fritzl said.
Honestly.
Fritzl said that he tried to justify his actions while he was in custody, saying that he was just trying to punish his daughter who was acting out as a teen.
What?
Even if she was 18.
That's his punishment.
Sexual harassment is punishment?
Gus.
That's assault. That's a little bit further.
I mean, in
than harassment.
2008, the standards is
True.
like you can't even it can't even be like you can't even use like the time as an excuse. This was fucking 2008.
Okay,
when they called all
in
this.
red, this is an actual quote from Josef Fritzl. In red, do your best impression.
I am not the beast the media makes me out to be.
That was fucking amazing.
That was good. He also said that the Nazi era of focus and discipline influenced how strict he was.
What?
I wouldn't say discipline is the right way to describe that.
Yeah,
well,
no, it's tyranny.
Probably
Yeah.
a little,
Okay,
a
okay,
bit of a
so he
worse-
was around 4 when the war ended?
Yeah.
I mean, his
5,
dad fought in it.
4, 5.
Okay.
World War
I know Nazis
World
were
War One.
still a thing
No, two.
after they
Oh, it was two.
lost.
Yeah.
World War II. It was the 40s.
World War II. He was born in 19. Hold on.
World War I was in like.
He was born in 1935. So World War One ended. World War II. The Nazis are in power. World War II started like right before he was, or right after he was born, and then it ended after he was about 5 because it ended in like Hitler died.
1943, I think.
No, it ended in 1945. He was 4 when it started,
and he was 9 when it ended.
and it was 9 when it ended.
Yeah, that era definitely
yeah.
influenced.
He
it.
was 4 when his
Yeah.
dad left and enlisted in the army,
Mhm.
and his dad died when he was 8.
It had nothing to do with his mother's verbal abuse. And his
He
father
he.
died.
So
Also had nothing to do with him just being fucked mentally. We should have
It was
tests.
The war. It was the war.
We should have
Yeah.
tests. Oh, never mind. I was about to say we should have tests to see if people should become parents, but never mind.
so
It'd
Fritzl.
be impossible.
Yeah, no, because you could just cheat.
Exactly.
So Fritzl said that his mother was, quote, the best woman in the world. And he did that thing that all fucking, like, serial killers do. Well, he's not a serial killer. Yeah, technically he's not. He did that thing where he said that she was great, but then later he was like, okay, she abused me.
So she probably didn't even do that.
It's okay, so it's speculate. We don't really know. That's the thing. Fritzl said she was nice, then she said she was abusive, and
And
he
it's
said,
hard to know his intentions with
yeah,
either statement.
and he said that if he said she never showed him any affection, and she would beat him relentlessly,
But look, like people don't just.
verbally abusive as well.
Yeah, people don't just like come out like this though. Like I think especially with serial killers, they're not born. They're like made. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit of both because I think you're born predisposed to certain conditions, and then your environmental factors shape you into a monster.
That is true.
Like
Another person in those same conditions could still have a very different outcome.
But there are people. I'm not gonna say they function well in society, but they don't kill people, and they have mental issues
Yeah.
that some people with exposed to certain things would push them over the edge and lead them to kill someone.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me think maybe there was some abuse at play by his mom, because you could argue mental illness. Maybe
Yeah, but there definitely had to have been like some environmental force
exactly
exploiting that as well.
because there are a bunch of people. There are more people with mental illnesses that don't do shit like this than people with mental illnesses that do.
Plus, if you get raised like being beaten, I mean, like the chance, like to find that normal, like having kids, like in itself is like scary.
Also,
you know
I
what
think
mean?
the fact
Plus, like
that
with problems like that,
Yeah,
he just took it to a whole nother level.
I think also the fact that his dad was literally a fucking Nazi.
yeah.
Probably.
Now,
Yeah.
Gus, you were the one who told me about this,
Mm-hmm.
but do you know about what he did to his mom?
No, I do not.
So, Fritzl admitted to to locking his mom in her attic like he locked Elizabeth in his basement.
Wait, he built something for her in the attic? Or did he
Uh,
just lock her up there?
He locked his mom in her attic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the bro had fucking practice.
Yeah. So this, like I said at the beginning, this was not his first rodeo.
Yeah, holy shit, it really wasn't.
He claimed that he told his neighbors that his mom died, and then he kept the house, and he locked her in the attic until she died. Until she actually died in 1980.
1980?
Mm-hmm. While Elizabeth is being captive.
He was
I
managing
think, yeah.
both of them? What the
I think so.
fuck?
Let me look that up.
What? Wait.
So Elizabeth was born in.
So I wonder, did he build something for his mom as well, or did he just like lock her up?
Okay.
Like just close
I
the
don't.
attic door?
They didn't say because they never really like found it.
Okay.
He just
now,
said that he did that.
Now, I can say kind of bullshit about the mom thing.
You think it's bullshit?
Okay, if someone was if I'm to a point where I'm so physically upset at somebody where I would lock them up because of what they did to me, why would afterward I'd be like my daughter?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because he's doing the same punishment for a different reason.
Exactly.
And, I don't know. Look at the wall. It's a kid's drawing.
There's kids' paintings and stuff
I mean,
on the wall.
kids.
Like there's a
kids.
sunflower drawn on the wall. There's
Kids
like an
are kids.
octopus,
It's fucking
and they had toys and shit down there.
And it would seem the reason why if he was caught in the end was because of parental,
it's disgusting.
Okay, so I did the math.
right?
Wait, what did you say?
I was gonna say the reasoning why he was caught was because of parental instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic because he locked his.
Daughter in a fucking prison.
So I looked it up. He started from when she was 18. He would not have
Had to deal with both of them.
had to deal with both of them. His mom died in 1980. Elizabeth started when she was 18 in 1984.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he would not have had to deal with both at the same time.
Well,
So if this is true, because I couldn't find anything about Fritzl, like them finding her, so he might have just disposed of the body.
but there would be evidence of her living up there.
Yeah, unless he did something. He would have had 28 years.
Yeah, but I mean like markings on the walls, like writings,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
something.
Well,
Did the attic have a window?
I don't know. There, like I said, there wasn't a lot of information about him holding his mom hostage.
But there's no way they'd even find the house. Come on, what are these?
Well,
They couldn't find the house he grew up in.
That's true. If this is true, she could have been up there for as many as 20 years.
His mom?
Wait.
Yeah.
That's
wait.
so hard to believe. I can't.
Okay.
No, I don't think she.
So maybe retired because her job would call, be like, "Where the fuck are you?"
But I mean, at that age, being locked up like that,
No friends.
being fed minimally, in a finite space, you're gonna die.
No friends because no one said anything.
Mm-hmm.
No funeral. If she did have
Family.
friends. Family just like.
Okay, live fact check. It was in Fritzl's attic.
Oh, it was in his attic.
Yes.
Did they find is there evidence of her being up there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So here's my question, right?
Yeah.
What was his sentence or prosecution? Like what?
We're about to get to that.
Okay.
He's dead.
Because there's that, and then the follow-up question would be,
They caught him at 77.
Well,
He
yeah.
deserves shit, man.
but like, what was the like? Are there any interviews or?
He bricked up the window in the attic, so she could not see any light.
Without a permit?
Wait, but what
In
was?
America, like if you have one nosy neighbor, you're getting busted for that.
Yeah.
Wait, but what was like the?
God bless
Oh
this
my
country.
fucking god.
I know.
Where I used to live on Nona, someone called the police,
Mhm.
and we got a warning because our grass was too high.
Bro,
Fucking
in my
loser.
old house when we were
Not
renting,
you. Those people.
Yeah.
in my old house, my parents would have the TV on because they had the upstairs. The neighbor like complained because they had their TV on and she could see the light throwing TV through the window.
That's so stupid.
Close your blinds.
Yeah, we had a family gathering in the backyard. She called the police like 9 p.m. on a weekend because of a noise complaint.
Fuck.
So, Fritzl later admitted that he came up with the with the idea to imprison his daughter while he was in prison. Because remember he said he went 12 years in prison?
Yeah.
12 months in prison? He said that he did it not so he could punish her, but so he could express his evil side. This is a direct quote.
So that was just his playground.
Yeah, this is a direct quote from Josef Fritzl.
Don't they have like things for that?
Yeah.
That jury had the easiest job on the planet.
So he literally said,
Prosecution.
I was born to rape.
Wasn't that a jury?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He said I was bored.
Listen, I was born to rape, and I held myself back for a relatively long time. I could have behaved a lot worse than just locking up my daughter.
How much worse can you?
Well, he did rape 2 women before that.
Could have locked up his whole fucking family.
True. He could have fucked the kids.
I mean, God knows what he did to his mom, dude.
Yeah. So a forensic psychiatrist said that Fritzl had schizoid personality disorder. We see this in a lot of other people we talk about. And he recommended that Fritzl be held in prison for life.
Yeah.
On July 11th, Fritzl,
I
2000...
would have shot him in his holding cell.
Yeah. July 11th, 2008, Fritzl was charged with the murder of that unborn child. He was charged with the murder of that child that...
If they don't throw the book at him, I swear to God, I'm gonna be so pissed.
He was also charged with rape, incest, kidnapping, slavery, and false imprisonment.
Those are pretty big ones.
That's life
Yeah.
in prison,
Yeah.
Those are pretty big.
So I didn't. I got kind of confused when you said that. Well, he just said incest is a crime, but I didn't think it was a crime. I thought they would just say rape.
Yeah.
It's both, dude.
They did both, yeah. So the trial began March 16th, 2009. The trial lasted a grand total of 3 days.
I
It
mean,
took that long.
Yeah.
it should have lasted 8
Those
days.
3 days were just explaining everything
True.
he did.
That's what that
Yeah.
was.
He did this.
Because
Yeah,
this,
just
that,
going
that.
over all the evidence.
And then they're like, "All right, guys, what's your decision?"
Elizabeth testified for 11 hours.
Oh, that was a day on its own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. That's
Yeah.
her recounting everything.
Yeah.
That's not the 2 hours. That's the
Yeah.
11.
Fritzl pleaded guilty to everything except the murder charge.
What?
No, it's technically his fault. You kept her. You didn't take her to the hospital, so it was your
Like,
fault
what,
that
you're gonna
child
plead
died.
that down to manslaughter? Dude, you're fucked.
And like I said, tying it back around.
Yep.
So, like I said, there was that one child that miscarried, but there was also that child that was part of the set of twins that just died
They got cremated.
Yeah, that people think Fritzl killed that kid like purposefully.
Oh.
I mean, they were literally his personal experiment. God
Yeah.
knows what he did.
So, on the first day of the trial, were you gonna say?
Kind of off topic. There was this show. I forgot what it was called, but the people were speculating because they were like trapped in this town, and they literally couldn't leave, and like there was monsters and shit. The people there speculating because they had contact from people from the outside, but they just said some shit like, "Your wife shouldn't be doing that in the fucking basement," you know. So he's like, one, there's like they didn't know there are cameras there, or if they are cameras, they can't see them. So he started speculating, what if this is just a whole experiment to see how to crush people's minds? Because literally all the monsters look like humans. They talk like humans. They
Is Harry
act
Styles
like
in it?
No.
Thinking a different
like some of the monsters literally coerced people to come outside so they could die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers?
Yeah.
On the first day of the trial, Elizabeth testified for 11 hours. Apparently, they had to swap jurors out multiple times. Like, they had to do it in shifts to listen to the testimony because it was so graphic. Jurors were not allowed to listen to Elizabeth's testimony for more than 2 hours at a time.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So it would just change.
Honestly, I don't know how that shit even passed Elizabeth. After the first 2 hours, since they had to switch out jurors, I think everyone knew it was like, just throw them
I mean,
in
they're
jail.
not gonna stop her though.
I'm saying, like,
They're
literally.
"Okay, we get it.
No,
Yeah.
they're gonna get the full story.
Yeah, but I feel like at that point, everyone should have been just like, just throw the nigga in jail. It's
I'm pretty sure their minds were made up as soon as they got the case, but they still
Yeah.
had to hear everything out.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Like if you're on a jury. So, does anyone want to guess what the the verdict was?
Life.
Yeah, he was found guilty on all
A little
counts.
bit more than life.
You think he got death?
Do they have death?
I think he got. I think he's got life in prison.
It's
If
Austria,
they have
probably
death-
shot him in the back of the fucking
Honestly,
place.
fucking what is it called? Fuck, I'm retarded.
The death penalty?
I don't think they gave him death
Electric
penalty.
chair.
I'm looking it up.
No, what German soldiers did to POWs? They lined them up and just shot them down.
Oh, like the firing squad.
Firing squad.
They don't have the death penalty in Austria, so they gave him life in prison without the possibility of parole for 15 years.
This is just me personally. If you are
Wait, so
tried
he
and
parole after 15 years? I mean, he's probably gonna be dead in 15 years, but still.
this is
Like,
my.
that's when you
yes.
give him 14 life sentences, no parole.
Yeah.
Hereby sentence
This
you
is just
to
me
With
And
no
me-
possibility of parole.
for life. Life?
What do you mean, life?
I ain't got a life. Boy, your soul better belong to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Cause your ass belongs to me.
Captive Honor by Megadeth, by the way.
God
Look it up.
Really?
fucking
It's a
damn it.
banger song.
We should have had the camera.
That Squidward Peace Cells thing
Dude, wasn't it
was so good.
I listened to the whole thing. It was awesome.
Me too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I showed it to Claire. She thought it was good
It's
too.
great.
What were we gonna say, Dijon?
Oh, this is me personally. How is pedophilia not a part of the death penalty?
Wait, real?
You mean like?
Oh, no, because she was 18 when all that happened.
He
No,
means
no, I'm
in
saying
general.
in general. It is?
No, it's it is in Florida now.
That's good.
If the child gets harmed,
Do you guys agree with death penalty?
it depends. Only
For
for the
certain people.
absolute worst
Yeah.
crimes, but even then, there's that chance that you're gonna
Get the wrong
kill
guy.
an innocent person,
Mhm.
which is why I think it should only be reserved for like
Like-
Ted Bundy caliber serial
Like,
killers.
without a doubt, has killed multiple people, you put him away.
I think Fritzl definitely should have gotten the death
Yeah.
penalty.
Yeah,
In America,
100%.
he would have.
It's
Yeah.
hard though when you're dealing with like legality, like what is
Mhm.
legal and what's not.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time,
If the evidence is, like, irrefutable, then...
yeah,
Yeah.
I've had this conversation quite a bit where it's like, is the death penalty in itself? And I think what the most of the pushback from that comes from the idea that our justice system sometimes gets the wrong person.
Yeah.
That's not exclusive to the death penalty.
Mhm.
There are a ton of people that are incarcerated on crimes that should not be, like the fact that there are people that in states where marijuana is legal
Mhm.
that are still in jail for marijuana.
Yeah.
That's stupid to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think our justice system has a lot of things that are messed up, but I think
No,
the death
absolutely.
penalty on its own, nothing wrong with it, bro.
I don't... Like, a lot of people... the big argument I hear is, like playing God, like, choosing who gets to live and die.
Yeah.
Like, on a federal level. But
Yeah.
at that point, it's like... As a society, do you want somebody like this even alive?
Put it even more simple.
Even in, like,
Yeah,
even in prison?
I think
Sorry. Go ahead.
that's the thing is like playing God.
Mhm.
Like the government shouldn't normally be allowed to decide like, okay, this person dies.
Yeah.
But I think that for people who, like I know in Florida they just recently added it so that the death penalty was an option for people who rape
Mm.
children under 12 and the child gets damage to their like genitals.
Well,
Like
that
they get
isn't that
mutilated.
obvious?
Yeah.
So
That-
that's practically you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that like if you're gonna do the death penalty, like it depends on the severity. It's like I guess it's up to because usually the judge is the one who decides, anyways. Although well they do jury, like
Mhm.
but then the judge decides like the caliber of your sentence. But I know that they decide in death penalty cases the jury decides if you're gonna get the death penalty.
Right.
Go ahead, John.
Which I think is completely reasonable.
Me too.
I'm trying to act smart, but I know for definition wise, there's different forms of justice,
Yeah.
and someone dying under like federal,
Mm-hmm.
like the government, that's a certain type of justice. But I was gonna say, for example, if I met someone, this is just me. Also, I don't think they can hold me on this if I somehow do this in the future. If someone beats my sister, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead.
Yeah.
I'm killing him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I think
You touched my
yeah,
sister.
most
You're
most
dead.
people. I mean, I've said similar things with most people in my family. For me, it's as simple as with anybody in my family, and some people that I care about.
Mhm.
Like the second that they put their hands on them, like it's not like a question of like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
I understand.
let alone like my mom or something.
Yeah.
With my mom, it's as simple as saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like with a lot of people, there is that line
Mm.
where you really don't want to like cross that, and then what can be done in response. Like there was that guy whose daughter was raped by that guy, and then he was in prison, and it happened on live TV. He shot him in the head.
Yeah.
It was live. It was on broadcast. You just see the guy walk through the crowd and go, bah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, no.
So Fritzl served his time in Garsten Abbey Prison in Upper Austria. He had to change his name in 2017 because people were beating the shit out of him in prison. In 2019, he was in declining health, and he said he wanted to die, but he's still alive.
He's still
Holy
alive?
shit.
Yeah, he's 88 years old.
Holy shit.
He's 88 years old. He is still alive. He said he was not going to try to appeal his sentence or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he is up for parole this year.
This year.
Yeah.
Croak, you fucking
This is-
bastard. If he
yeah.
applies for parole, I swear to God, I'm gonna
After they just
I Googled-
read his case file, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, there's no way he's getting parole.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
No, because this was a national case.
Yeah.
The Austrian government acknowledges and was like, this shit's fucked up, so...
I'm shocked parole was even a part of his
Yeah,
sentence.
they're not gonna let
I think
him
they
go.
have to do that legally.
In the U.S., there's without the possibility of parole.
Mm-hmm.
So in Austria, it was probably just because, like, I don't know, but maybe it's because he pled guilty. So he's up for parole this year, but like I said, they said he's in declining health. He said he wants to die,
Nice.
but he's still kicking.
I wonder what he's doing now.
Um,
Like at this very second.
88 years old.
What is the
I don't think
possibility
there's a
of him
chronic
taking a
pain.
shit right now?
Let me look it up. Maybe he died.
okay.
Because I wrote this like a couple weeks ago.
At what fine line would you? Oh, this is gonna be hard. I feel like under 18, you rape someone, the government would say that is pedophilia,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. In prison, at least in America,
He's still alive.
people know if you're a pedophile, you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's because if they find out, you're dead.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even if you don't talk about it. There are prisoners that have access to the logs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's their job to kind of record keep.
They bring when you go to like prison, you get your papers with you, and then they like are like, oh, can we see your papers to see like what you're in here for?
Yeah.
Because if they find out you're a pedophile, they kill you.
I saw this one documentary. I think it was in like one of those Madagascar prisons,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a pool. And they're like, you see that pool over there? And they're like, yeah. They're like, that's where we drown the pedophiles.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh my
like,
God.
bruh.
So to end on a positive note,
Isn't drowning too good?
For pedophile, I think they
You
say
make it
worst way to
drowning
die.
is gonna be
slow.
They say drowning's worse than burning to death.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's what I've
believe
heard.
it, dude.
Dude, you feel like you're
Suffocate.
The complete sense of panic, dude.
Yeah, and it takes like 3 to 4 minutes.
yeah, you could just
Yeah.
get him to like the edge of death and then pull him out, do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So to end on a positive note, Elizabeth and her children, they were super traumatized from the whole thing.
Oh, I'm sure. It was,
Some of them
yeah.
had physical deformities,
Makes sense.
but they all moved together, the whole family, to an unknown village or an unnamed village in Austria, and it seems like they made pretty good recoveries. Elizabeth did an interview a couple of years ago and said she was doing a lot better.
Nice
So-
for her.
It's super fucked up.
Oh yeah, dude. The sad part is she spent. By the time
Most of her life.
by the time she got out, she spent majority of her life in there.
Yeah,
Over
she-
a quarter of her life. I think.
yeah. So
Wow.
she was like 30 something, 40 something.
How old is she now?
She got there at 18. She's been down there for 24 years.
She's 57 and she got out like when she was what, like
42.
42. So yeah, I know that her like children don't know how to or didn't know how to read or write.
I mean, yeah.
So, but like you could still make a recover. Like you can. I think she can. She's gonna be super fucked up.
I mean, if anybody, like,
Her-
she has the biggest chance of like
Yeah.
living a somewhat normal life.
I
but
think
the kids
that-
are fucked.
Because I know that she said that they were doing a lot better now
Mhm.
in that in like the interview that she did. So I think that they're I think that they'll live pretty decent lives for the rest of their life, but like they have
I
so
can't imagine
they're
like
so
I don't.
fucked up.
I don't think they will ever have a sexual relationship.
Oh no.
That's
I
definitely a
can't-
no.
I can't imagine the amount of anxiety they must have just knowing that he's still alive.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't imagine.
I think
That's so fucked up.
That alone is just torture.
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, like, it makes you really think about if she was that mentally strong, even the kids,
Mm-hmm.
to not kill themselves,
Commit.
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That is the most.
Because, like, you try and put yourself in that situation, I'm out.
It's
I'm
hard
out
to
of
say.
it, you know
It's
what
hard
I'm
to say you'll go fight through that.
That, and I
Yeah,
think
for 24 years.
Yeah.
that even from the kids shows an amount of, and I feel like they were kind of like, she had to have been telling them, like, this is gonna be over.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying? Like, there
Yeah.
had to be
The
some
first
kind
kids?
of
I mean, the thing is, that's
Yeah.
all they knew growing up.
Yeah.
So for them, it's different. For her, she's seen
Okay.
the outside world. These kids grew up and lived in their.
Okay, the
Only
first
there.
kids.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
When
Yeah.
was she first pregnant?
That's the.
What?
that is
How
the
old
life.
was she?
She would have been 21. 21, pretty sure.
That kid was like 20, but I'm guessing that was one of the adopted ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
She.
If he was not caught, let's say hypothetically, how likely do you think he would have raped if one of her children that were female after they grew up?
That's a good question, man.
Well, so yeah, by the time he got caught, he was 73. I think it's.
He has dementia.
So yeah, like, I don't know. He might have, but I don't know if he would have made it that long.
True.
Especially if he got dementia at like 80 something, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy. He's literally dying the worst death possible.
Thank
right
God
Good.
he didn't die in like a car accident.
Yeah.
now.
'Cause
No, seriously.
everyone would have just been dead in the fucking basement.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
like if he had died because he's so old before freeing everyone,
No,
they
literally.
could have just died,
You know
Yeah,
what's-
they would
sorry.
have starved to
and
death.
no one would have known.
You know what's so perfect
And
about
so
this entire thing?
the smell. 'cause
Yeah.
that-
He
didn't
took
get rid of
so
it.
Yeah.
much pride in what he did, and now he's gonna die not
Not
remembering
knowing what he
any
did.
of it.
Yeah,
That is, I
And
feel like they can take some pride in that. You know what I'm saying?
that is good.
That he took that from them, and he's dying without it.
Yeah,
Okay. Back to the fucking Austrian police. You guys suck dick.
yeah.
Do you think, how long, alright, do you think until the police react to a terrorist attack?
They don't.
They
They get taken
they
care of
send
by the
one
hospital.
squad car. They send one squad car.
No. The fucking ambulances show up. They save the day and
The Red
rescue all the
Cross,
victims.
the Red Cross coming in with a fucking helicopter with guns on it.
Fucking- with shields and shit.
I wonder what the cult expert. I wonder
Bro.
what he's doing.
Bro, right?
He's running. He's the
That
dean
was
of
like
medicine.
the highlight of his career. He's like, it was the obvious choice. He's like,
Right now, the Austrian police is worried about. They're like, did you guys hear about the Cuban missile crisis? Next year, they're gonna find out that Kennedy's dead.
they're like, guys, there's a second plane.
Hey, who's that one's father?
Kim Il Sung.
Guys, Kim Il Sung just died.
No! What the fuck? Wait, Trump won?
The year is like,
How is this gonna affect global relations?
year 3000. Trump won?
They're like, oh my god.
They did what to Hiroshima?
No way, guys, there's someone on the moon. They're like, holy shit. Man.
Everyone's like leaving planet Earth to like live on Mars or some shit, and they're like, huh.
Hey guys,
Cold
global
War is
warming.
reaching its,
Yeah,
it's getting pretty warm.
guys, global warming's getting kind of scary.
You know,
Yeah.
they think we're monkeys, right? They fucking... The sun is about to, like, explode.
Well, like, it's
And
in
the
his real
Austrian
giant face.
police... Someone in the Austrian police department takes a sip of coffee and is like... They're, like, sitting around the water cooler and they're like...
As they're melting to death.
Did you guys hear that they think the Earth is round? They're just... They are... What if... They talk about horrible police work. Like, they think that the United States has horrible police work. Like,
Oh.
this is a
This is
horrible
bad police
miscarriage
work.
of justice.
How big is
Especially-
Austria, by the way?
Especially...
They're very small. 8 million people.
Especially the fucking, like, social workers who entered the house. I mean, I understand. Trust me. I know that there's very little, like, Fritzl's probably a psychopath.
Absolutely.
You know, or a sociopath.
Something in the field.
He knows what to do so people don't think he is, like,
Oh.
got shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you, like, there is some way. There were things that could have been done.
Absolutely.
That
was in
are
their
just
face.
huge red
It was
flags.
in their
There was
face.
okay.
Yeah.
There was this guy.
The fucking letters.
That alibi was so weak.
If
Yeah.
I remember correctly, there was this guy.
Oh, no, I was just messing.
There was this guy who was taking a psych test, and he passed perfectly. But the person who was, not conditioning,
He was doing the experiment.
doing
he ended up
the
having-
test, he was like, this person is completely insane. It's because of his responses,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's a perfect fucking score. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, you can just tell by looking at someone
Mm-hmm.
that they're not right in the head. I don't give a fuck what the paper says. He still had to pass him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, the paper says he's sane. I know he isn't.
Because the thing is, like,
Do you know how that study
these
ended?
people, like, a lot of these people
No.
are really good liars.
This is gonna blow your mind, dude. That guy
Mm-hmm.
ended up being a psychopath. The guy that was conducting the experiment,
No
he was
shot.
he was looking. I'll show you the video. I watched this last week. He was looking at a brain scan. He's like, "Oh, this person is obviously," and he did one on himself as well. It ended up being his, and he was a psychopath.
Mm.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is with psychopaths, they're really good liars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
Of course they're gonna lie.
It's-
They're gonna come up with the perfect answer every time.
and like the thing with mental disorders is a lot of people that have them don't exactly feed into it 100% of the time. So it's like they can
Yeah.
try and still be like good, reasonable people.
Right, yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of the like. I feel like Hollywood kind of perpetuated this.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Not everyone who's a psychopath is
Like
dangerous.
batshit crazy.
Have
But a
you-
lot of the dangerous people are psychopaths.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good way to put it.
But yeah, that was the Fritzl case. What did you guys think of that? That was it's off.
I mean, I had some prior knowledge going into this, but some of this really made my stomach turn. Like, wow.
Yeah.
He's a sick man.
Because when you told me about it, I was like, "That's interesting."
Mm.
Like, I was like, "I don't think this is gonna be a very informative episode."
Yeah, I
There's not much to
didn't
it.
think he took it as far as he did.
And then I was like, "Holy shit! What
Mhm.
the fuck?"
And he's still kicking.
Yeah, still alive. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's got much time left.
Yeah,
but
absolutely not. But still, wow. That's
I think,
crazy.
like with the typical Bodacious true crime episode, at the very end, it's like, damn, that was like really fucked up, and then there is not necessarily like anything that you can take away from it on a positive note, right? Because I feel like usually either the guy kills himself or the story has already happened so long ago that like
Mhm.
there's not much of that you can look at positively, right?
Mm.
I think this one's unique in the sense that there is a positive, right? Because as of this moment, right now, this guy did not want to live a year or two after being in jail. He's been there for much longer than that, and he is currently suffering. And by the time that he is dead, he will forget everything that he was.
Yeah.
treated
At the
with.
very
Yeah.
least, he's getting done to him what he's done to
Yeah,
innocent people.
he is being tortured.
Yeah.
And that's you know.
Rotting in a prison cell like he made them, he deserves to die.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dijon, anything you want to
Don't really need to add anything.
say? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for watching the or listening to the episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're back.
Yes.
I would like to. We're doing the Unabomber next.
I cannot wait.
I'm excited, and I hope that will be out in July or August. This will probably be out. Yeah, probably by the end of the month, end of June.
Okay.
So, or beginning of July, probably end of June. I have chemo next week, but I can do it. I can finish it like in like. This is almost like this is a 2-hour long episode.
God damn.
Yeah, this is way longer than I thought it was gonna be. So I think Unabomber will be 2 parts as well. Like will be 2 parts
Mm-hmm.
because there is I was doing the notes
Yeah.
and I'm only on like page like 5 or 6, but half of that is me talking about something. I went off on a tangent because I found out about something and I really wanted to talk about it.
The elephant?
Yeah, the elephant. Yeah.
Hey, at the end, we gotta talk about how Unabomber's death impacted TikTok.
I
gotta
was
talk
going
about the
to.
shit that these people have said.
I was going to. Yeah, because people.
They say that about a lot of serial killers, though.
Yeah, because people on TikTok have no fucking brain cells.
Well, that's not just TikTok. That's just the internet in general.
Yeah.
I feel
but it was all over TikTok when he died, dude.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And
Everybody
it's
was mourning him.
Wasn't there a guy? I don't remember everything, but wasn't there a guy who acted like Dahmer and like fucked with his parents?
What the fuck?
Yeah, he said I'm pretty sure he left dead animals in their house, and was
Think he
acting
done?
like Dahmer. When the Netflix thing came
That's
out.
fucked up.
Holy
Bro, watch
shit.
it. He's like, that's me.
Yeah.
That is
Not a
wrong
good.
influence,
Yeah, I was gonna say
man.
not the. Yeah, but we've missed so much. It's been so long.
It has, man.
It's been so long. Yeah. So that was that was the end of the episode. Is there anything you guys want to say before we head out?
I don't know
Not
how
the thing we always say.
I don't know how
I
to
hope
do
this
the outro.
doesn't.
Oh yeah. You can find us on the internet in places.
I really hope this doesn't stunt our careers.
It's probably gonna.
If you are worried about this,
Wait, yeah, no.
go back and
Wait,
watch
I know.
a bunch of other episodes.
I know.
I think I'm fine since he announced me as DJ K Royale with cheese.
Dijon.
Shut the fuck up.
He didn't say my last name.
Yeah.
Did he say my last name?
No, he said G
I
Hassan.
think.
No, you said G Hassan.
Yeah.
He just said Gassan.
One of you.
Gus.
Cut that out!
Dijon,
Oh my god, you guys want to hear something hilarious?
Yes.
We convinced one of my friends that an AK-47 can shoot 1,000,000 rounds in a minute. She 110% believes it. All
Oh
of
my
us said the
God.
same thing. Yeah, an AK can shoot 1,000,000 rounds in a minute.
Oh my god.
Hey,
It can't.
No.
we are the best. Like our group are amazing at convincing people.
We're
Yeah.
so nitty.
You convinced her. Me and was it Kareem? Convinced some kid he had testicular cancer.
We all convinced. we all convinced Samuel that Kareem was a
A
snowboarding
fucking
instructor.
snowboard.
I have never seen this guy's balls, but I was like, yeah, no, there's like, you have a bump, you have cancer, and like Kareem agreed. He was like, really? And we were like, yeah. So he got a doctor appointment to check it out.
That's amazing. It's
And
fucking
he came after that. He came and was like, "You guys fucking suck." I'm like, no shot.
So fucking
A
funny.
Google search would just end it.
Bro. You know what's great about this group though in particular?
Yeah.
Like I'm around a lot of people every day that are like I feel like this is how most friend groups hang out, which is like they just sit and it's like very like not strange conversations, but just like boring conversations. But then like when we're around this group, it's just like you never know what somebody is gonna A do or B say.
Exactly.
Yes, dude. This is why we hang out with stupid people.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like
Every-
having a retarded friend group is
Every
fun.
hangout we have could be a podcast episode on its own. Like it would
Yes.
be standalone.
Oh, dude!
Absolutely.
Oh, I
If
didn't even.
someone-
Hold on, I have to
if
show you
someone-
guys.
I mean, everybody says that, but guys,
No.
come on.
Oh,
Dude,
we
I was
really
on
could.
it.
Gus?
Because
Hey,
Ollie.
this is a perfect example.
I mean, we have an Ollie.
True. Gus,
Oh, I have
this
to
is
find
the
it.
second most viewed video.
And they had to finish
Fuck,
it with
please
straight
tell me
up.
Oh my God! Listen.
That part I'm still confused about.
Maybe there's a
They knocked
theory
her out.
about that.
Maybe they knocked her out. Knocked her out.
No, because I said knocked her out, and then I said knocked her up, and then
No,
fuck.
man.
So you know what I was trying to say.
And Gus goes, please delete that.
Like, not. Is this still recording, by the way?
Yeah. You didn't let me. I keep trying to interrupt.
Oh
so
yeah,
I-
listen.
Okay,
Listen.
okay. Yeah.
This is going too far.
Dijon, do you have anything to say to us? Can you just say the thing? You say the outro thing.
What's the outro?
This is why I
Gus,
quit.
go ahead.
No, Dijon.
No,
You're a big boy.
Thanks for watching. Kill your.
And push the button. Push the fucking button.
Stay bodacious. Goodbye.